you're looking at there is Bran Castle. The castle that was the inspiration, of course, Vlad the Impaler's castle that was the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula. And the two that you are seeing there, brother and sister team, Tammy and Robin Varma from Ottawa, who spent quite the Halloween there. I'm going to tell you all about it because Tammy is with me this morning from Romania. I think our first live hit ever from Romania. Morning, Tammy.
Good morning.
You made it through.
You?
Well, listen, my question to you, you made it through the night. How did it go?
We did. We made it through the night. It was probably the most spectacular night you could have ever imagined. We were spoiled, rotten, wined and dined, and of course we were eventually left with the castle alone for the rest of the night. And yes, we actually slept in coffins.
Okay, stop right there. I want some more detail. Just so people understand, you won a contest. 88,000 people entered an Airbnb contest to answer the question, what would you say to Dracula if you met him? You won the contest. We'll talk about that in just a second. And as a result, you get to spend the night in the castle. So you mentioned the highlights. Let's go through them together. We saw you pulling up on a stagecoach, #1, like in the quintessential stagecoach. What was it like to suddenly see that castle up here?
I mean, it was out of this world. There were literally like free-range chickens running around. There were dogs barking everywhere. And the weather was so absolutely horribly perfect and gloomy and cloudy. And all of a sudden we stepped out of the horse-drawn buggy and there it was. It looked like something right out of the movies. It was out of this world.
Well, it did inspire the movies. Okay, you said you were greeted like, treated beautifully. You had dinner. What do they serve you in Dracula's castle?
Well, they actually served us what dinner they served in the book Dracula by Bram Stoker.
Which was? Chicken paprikash?
Yes, exactly. You nailed it.
Okay, at least it was that. At least it was identifiable. I'd be a little concerned maybe about eating that. And then spending the night, actually sleeping there in a coffin, Tammy?
So I had a hard time sleeping, obviously, and I was whining to my brother about it. And he got so sick and tired of me whining that he actually put the lid on his coffin because he was tired of listening to me.
So he
but
put
he
the
had
lid
quite
on?
the sleep.
He slept in the coffin, no trouble? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't sleep a wink. I didn't sleep a wink.
Well, you've got a great Halloween story for the ages. All of this goes back to your inspiration for joining this contest, which is your grandfather. So we have a picture to show him. I love the story. He was a Dal professor, because you're originally from Nova Scotia, a Dal professor who was really a foremost authority in Gothic literature. So he was into this. He actually was in that castle, right?
Yeah, so he had actually famously gone to Transylvania and went to the castle in 1976. And of course, at the time, Romania was a communist country, so it was practically impossible to be able to even get there. So his trek to the castle would have been far more difficult than what we had done. Needless to say, he certainly did not spend the night in the castle and was very careful to leave by sundown. So he had passed away in the 90s, and we can't imagine what he'd be thinking today if he had, and we hope that he does know, that his two grandchildren spent the night in Dracula's castle in 2016.
The first people to spend the night in 70 years. Could not be
Yes.
cooler. Listen. Forget the bag of candy that everybody has as their memory of Halloween night. You and your brother have something far more unique and lasting, and glad to see you safe and sound. Was it scary, though, really?
It was terrifying. You could feel it. You could feel it. There's so much incredible history in that building. It was a really special night, for
Love
sure.
it. Great to talk to you, Tammy. Thank you very much. Safe trip home.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.